Stop asking ChatGPT 5.6 questions. Start giving it goals. If I gave ChatGPT 5.6 to 10 people today, I'd bet that at least 9 of them would use less than 10% of what it can actually do. Most people still treat ChatGPT like a smarter version of Google. They ask it to write an email, summarize a document, or answer a quick question, then close the chat and move on. But that's not how the people getting the biggest results are using it. They're using ChatGPT to run entire projects, write software, build businesses, create marketing campaigns, analyze competitors, and automate work that used to take days. And that's why, in this video, I'm not going to give you another boring list of new features. Instead, I'm going to show you how professionals are actually using ChatGPT 5.6, and by the end of this video, you'll probably never use AI the same way again. The biggest change with ChatGPT 5.6 isn't that it's a little bit smarter. It's that you need to stop thinking of it as something that answers questions and start thinking of it as someone you can work with. Let me explain. Imagine you've just started a new business. Most people would open ChatGPT and type something like, "Can you write me a homepage?" They'd copy the answer, maybe ask it for an about page, then a services page, then a contact page. Before long, they've had 20 separate conversations, and ChatGPT has no idea what the overall business looks like. That's the old way. The better way is to start with the goal. You tell ChatGPT what your business does, who your customers are, who your competitors are, what tone of voice you want, what makes you different, and what you're trying to achieve. Then you ask it to build the whole website, not just one page, the whole project. That single change completely transforms the quality of the results, because ChatGPT has the context it needs to make better decisions all the way through. The same idea applies whether you're building a website, launching a product, planning a marketing campaign, or even writing a book. The more context you give it, the less work you have to do later. Here's another mistake I see all the time. People think the prompt is the most important part. It isn't. Context is. You don't need to become a prompt engineering expert. In fact, one of the biggest myths in AI is that you need some magical prompt to get amazing results. What really matters is explaining your situation. Tell ChatGPT who you are, what industry you're in, who your audience is, what your budget looks like, what you've already tried, what success looks like. That's exactly what you'd tell a new employee on their first day, and ChatGPT works much better when you treat it the same way. Now let's talk about something that's saving businesses an incredible amount of time. Most people ask AI to complete individual tasks. Professionals give it entire workflows. Let's say you own a property agency. Instead of saying, "Write a blog about buying a home," ask ChatGPT to research the questions buyers ask most often, identify content gaps on competing websites, create a 3-month content plan, write the first article, optimize it for search engines, turn it into a LinkedIn post, rewrite it as a Facebook update, draft an email newsletter, and then suggest ideas for a YouTube video. That's one conversation. And because ChatGPT understands the whole objective, each piece supports the next instead of feeling disconnected. That's where the real productivity gains come from. If you're a developer, the change is just as dramatic. A lot of people still ask AI to write a single function or fix one bug. That's useful, but it's only scratching the surface. The real advantage comes when you explain the entire application. Describe the architecture, the user journey, the technologies you're using, and what you're trying to build. Now, ChatGPT isn't just generating code. It's helping you design features, spot potential issues before they become problems, suggest better approaches, explain unfamiliar code, and produce documentation as you go. It becomes another experienced developer on the team rather than a code generator. This shift isn't just changing software development. It's changing how businesses operate. Think about everything that goes into launching a product. You need branding, website copy, blog articles, email campaigns, social media posts, SEO, presentations, customer support material, and a launch strategy. A few years ago, that might have meant hiring designers, copywriters, marketers, consultants, and developers. Today, one person with the right AI workflow can accomplish an astonishing amount of that work in a fraction of the time. That doesn't replace expertise, but it dramatically increases what one person or a small team can achieve. The people getting the most value from ChatGPT 5.6 aren't asking better questions. They're giving it better goals. That's a subtle difference, but it's a powerful one. Instead of asking, "Can you write this email?" ask, "Help me improve my customer onboarding process." Instead of asking, "Write me a blog," ask, "Help me build an SEO strategy that brings in more leads over the next 6 months." When you focus on outcomes instead of individual tasks, ChatGPT starts behaving much more like a partner than a tool. So, if there's one thing I want you to remember from this video, it's this. Stop opening ChatGPT with a question. Start opening it with an objective. Tell it where you're trying to go, give it the context it needs, and let it help you build the entire journey instead of just the next step. That's the biggest change in ChatGPT 5.6, and it's why the people who learn to work with AI instead of simply asking it questions are going to have a huge advantage over the next few years. If you found this video useful, subscribe to Snob Bots for practical AI tutorials, real business use cases, and honest advice on getting the most from the latest AI tools. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.